Hello, I think I'm live and coming to you from West Ealing, London for another amazing live blind testing of a brand new game book. Hello, hi Nikolai. Okay, all right, mate, I understand. So here it is. This is the book we're going to be playing, Legion of the Necromancer. And what's happened since I started doing this channel, right? Lots of publishers have got in touch with me saying, will you review our game book? And this is one of them. And this is quite interesting. The two guys who did it are James Gill and James Isaacs. James Gill wrote it. James Isaacs did the illustrations. And they met on Metal Hammer magazine. That's what they used to work on. And they were big metal fans, but they were also big fans of fighting fantasy. And in the back of this book, they say that this is a deliberate homage to fighting fantasy, right? It's deliberately a very similar kind of adventure. And it was crowdfunded, right? And they got in contact with me and asked me to review it. They also sent me a lovely little art card. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice? And they sent me a pencil. It's got Legion of the Necromancer on it. Look, isn't it lovely? Right. So that's what I'm going to use to do the adventure. Now, the rules are pretty straightforward, actually. Just like in fighting fantasy, you have skill, which is 1 dice, and you add 6. And I got 5, so my skill is 11. Honest. And then strength, it's not stamina, it's strength. It's 2 dice plus 6. Is that right? Yes. No, it's 2 dice plus 1 die, 2 dice throws plus 6, or not, or whatever. And I got 18. Oh, no, it's 2 dice throws and you had 12. Sorry, I rolled 6, so I got 18. Honest, I'm not cheating. So I've got skill of 11, strength of 18. You have 6 gold coins and 10 silver coins, right? And each of the gold coins is worth 10 silver coins. So I've kind of got 70 silver coins, if that makes any sense at all. So sit back and relax. There's only one viewer anyway. So should we wait a little bit for some other people to come? Nah. So sit back and relax, and I shall read you the opening blurb. You are Asgar Thane, and this is your adventure. The large wooden door opens and reveals the alderman's chambers beyond. It's like Bob Mortimer, isn't it? Anyway, this Kalewin city official is a powerful man, and his robes and offices reflect the influence of his title. His name is Leof Wulfstan, and his dark, serious face reflects decades of graft and politics as he beckons you in. You are from the Guild of Blades, he asks, and points to a chair. Looking toward it, you notice a figure in the shadows of the ingle nook, a wonderful word, seated quietly in a tall, splendid wooden chair with padded armrests. You are about to affirm his question with your name and rank, but the alderman cuts you short. Use no names here, he says, and gestures again to the chair. You sit, and he sits opposite you, holding you with a stern expression. Yes, you say, I am from the guild. And you move your sleeve to reveal the Guild of Blades tattoo of rank on your hand. He seems to relax a little. He steeples his fingers and looks down pensively before continuing. There is a man you must kill. Again, he fixes you with his fierce grey eyes, as if looking for some unconscious sign, a tell, of how you might feel about this. He gets none as you nod solemnly once. I say man, but Dariash Morkarn is both less than and more than a man, says Leof, and the name rings a distant bell in the halls of your memory. Dariash Morkarn, you ask? What kind of name is that? Yeah, quite right. He's not from Elrathia. No, he isn't, says Leof. No one knows where he is from, though some say he's from far beyond the Ruston Sands. Others say he's from Elrathia. I'm going to have trouble with that. Others say he's from Elrathia, but has changed his name. He shakes his head as if impatient. None of this matters, he says. What matters is that he is as close to evil as this world creates. His evil seems matched only by his growing power, and he must be destroyed. He looks at you as if this is enough. You are a soldier, aren't you? An assassin, he demands. I am, you reply. Then I am not asking you to do anything beyond your remit, he says. I know that as one of the more opaque parts of our polity, the Guild of Blades enjoys a certain autonomy. But I also know that this office, the office of the alderman, has power over all guilds, orders, and leagues within the limits of Calerin. Then you will know that an order to kill comes with caveats, covenants, and contingencies. Well, that's good, you say, trying not to sound insubordinate. I will not kill without cause. There is dire cause, says the alderman. I can assure you of that. I need more than assurance, you say as calmly as possible. I need the truth of the tale. Truth of the tale, he blurts derisively and stands angrily. You will rid the land of Dariash Morkan or be exiled for treachery. You remain seated and hold his gaze. He seems to compose himself. He breathes deeply and sits down again. Alderman, you say, I am a former Gessith in the Alrathian militia, a current ranking member of the guild for whom I have already loyally served for many years. He searches your eyes. And I was born here in the city's streets, you say. To tell me your secrets is to tell them to the dead. If you tell me that this man is a threat to our land, then I believe you, but I must know. It is the code. He ponders this for several moments. Very well, he says, acquiescing. We hear from agents within your own guild that Dariash Morkan has rediscovered a long-lost ability to raise the dead. You are confused. The art of necromancy is not long lost, you say. There are those in dark quarters who still practice it, though it is life-threatening to those who perform it, and the members of people who would use it are in all but none. What? Are in all but none? Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, people are superstitious, and fear of the art is not without good cause. People don't always get what they think they're getting when they raise the dead. Very wise, says. This is different, says the alderman gravely. How many might some sorcerer raise from the dead, do you suppose? One, obviously, you say, more confused than ever. No sorcerer can raise more than one person at a time. There is a way, says Leof, looking sad yet defiant. Do you know of the stones of Valcraven? You rummage in your memory. No, you tell him. The people who inhabited this land before our ancestors arrived had many fantastical stories. Beasts, gods, magic, other worlds. The stories that survived became myths, nothing but fireside tales for children. One myth tells of 4 magical gemstones, he says. Remember this, guys. The topaz of endless sea, the godless green, the diamond of Dalwhinnie, the diamond of Dalwhinnie, and the red rose of Remain. In the myth, Rukaya, goddess of boundaries, found that these stones had the power to raise thousands from the dead, instantly and without sacrifice. Understanding their destructive power, she hid them throughout the land so that no one would ever be able to wield their power. You smile. It's an adroit story. Interesting use of the adjective adroit there. But this is no myth, he says, and he watches the smile fall from your face. You were smiling there. Dariash Morkan has discovered that this is no bedtime story, but dark art. It is real. Whether from afar or homespun, this necromancer is in our lands and determined to gather the stones. The alderman is becoming animated, and his cold grey face flushes with rage. Just imagine me flushing. He is set on raising a vast army of the dead. Vast, I tell you. Thousands of thousands. He would kill the living and replace them with walking corpses. His minions already work on the land, spreading fear, paranoia, and an infectious evil that turns friend against friend. Have you not felt it yourself? It lurks, it spreads, it poisons. He must be stopped. He must be killed. You breathe in slowly. Oh, we've got some other people. Icelandic Psycho's watching. Hello. I just saw that you dropped that video about your underrated movies. I'm just starting to watch it. It looks great. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. There's only 3 of us watching, so I'll keep reading. Then I will kill him, you say, with cold calm. The alderman lets out a nervous laugh. Is that a tear in his eye? You will, he says, once again composing himself as if remembering his position. May I ask you a question, you say? Please, he says. If I kill this Dariash Morkan, what is to stop others from gathering these magical gemstones and creating their own army of the dead? Leof raises an eyebrow. You are shrewd, astute. You jump as you hear guffaws of laughter come from the motionless figure in the corner. You had quite forgotten that whoever it was there. Your young friend is quite rightly off, says a thin, reedy voice. You turn and see the emaciated figure in a long cowl rise and walk towards the alderman. If we and Dariash know about the potency of the stones of Valcraven, then others will. This is a secret that cannot be buried. It is on the wind. If I might be so bold, I would suggest an additional facet to your mission, says the dark stranger. You still cannot see the face inside the hood. Find the stones of Valcraven and destroy them. Leof looks startled. An idea strikes you. Surely, if the process needs all 4 stones, I need only find one of them and destroy it to rid us of the threat. Nice one, Cyril. The arcanist smiles. A wily thought, he says. However, the stones of Valcraven cannot be destroyed in the conventional sense. You cannot pulverize them between hammer and anvil. They cannot be melted in a forge. Early written accounts of the myths explain that they must be brought together all together and lain in a particular sequence, and that this will trigger some self-destructive event. We know no more than this at this time. In fact, upon your mission, you must discover the sequence yourself. Right, so we've got to discover the sequence and kill the bloke. Right. Leof turns to the stranger and then to you. Will you, he says. Can you? You are about to answer when the stranger removes his hood to reveal a perfectly bold head and face, ageless, somehow ancient yet youthful. You suspect that this is an arcanist. We've already heard that he is. Yet another shadowy arm of Caloerin's polity. He will, says the arcanist, as if reading your... He will, says the arcanist, as if reading some ambiguous text. But whether he can, we will have to wait and see. You agree to your mission. The alderman and the arcanist tell you everything they know. The few rock-solid facts and a score of rumours so thin they might wash away in the surf. The arcanist explains that the stones of Valcraven can sense the malignant presence of the Necromancer and are responding by emanating their own evil will. This has resulted in a slow and creeping doom in the air, years in the making, a malevolent force that eats away at the good in the world. In its place grow nests of despair, destruction, and betrayal, paranoia, torture, and anguish. Lifelong friends brawl, spouses murder each other, and earls steal the last crust of the poor. More and more, waterways sour, crops wither, and cattle die. Winds have the power to ravage, rains sometimes burn, and the sun is frequently unable to pierce veils of dense cloud. It sounds incredible, but upon reflection, you know it to be true. Over many years, the character of your land has been changing, subtly, slowly, surreptitiously. He likes assonance, this writer, have you noticed? You compare your sense of things today with your memories of childhood, and even through the naivety of youth, you recognize the reality of the sinister shift. Assonance. You are only glad that this moral corruption has not reached the chambers of government here in Calerin. Maybe it already has. Either way, the Necromancer must be stopped, and it has fallen to you to carry out this quest. One thing the arcanist is certain of is that the Necromancer does not yet have any of the magical gemstones. How does he know that? While this comes as a relief, it does mean that you will have to find every single one of them in the fields, roads, mountains, and forests of Elrathia. We have dispatched other agents to gather information, and even attempted to complete aspects of this mission, says Leof. We have not heard from any of them in many days. You must find the stones of Valcraven before the Necromancer and his vile agents do. You ask how long you have to prepare for your quest. The alderman looks at the arcanist and back at you. You must leave at first light, he says, almost an apology. It is essential that no one knows of your quest, and the sands of time are running low. After a fitful night's sleep, you pack your knapsack with provisions and a map, and sharpen your blades, your dagger and your short sword. Still feeling like you've forgotten something, you set off well before dawn, not that it matters, because evil never sleeps. Turn to 1 to start your adventure. Right, the game begins. Let's see if we've got any. We've got 4 people. Hello, Mike. Hello, Damiano. Hello. We've got a little map here. There you are. Isn't that a lovely map? Isn't it nice? Oh, look at that. It's a map. Oh, lovely. I think we're starting off down here. Calerowin or whatever it's called. I'll just have a little drink. I had some Taste the Difference wild herb garlic chicken Kievs before doing this. It's starting to repeat a bit. Right, here we go. A low mist hangs over the fields as you walk from Calerowin and take to the roads that link the many small surrounding villages. There is a muted grey light and no noise from humans, birds, or beasts. To the local farmers, it might look like any other autumnal morning before the sun has risen, but you are aware of your long mission ahead, and the spectral fog feels threatening. You take a deep breath and head on. The map suggests that you stay on your current path as the road cuts through the low fields of the valley. However, you know of a shortcut through the fields. It might be rougher going underfoot, but it could save you a few hours on your journey to the caverns of Carnes. If you choose to stay on the main road, if you decide to take a shortcut, what we're going to do, guys? Is it going to be on the main road or shortcut? Shortcut, main road, shortcut, main road. That's the choice. Caverns of Carnes. I've got a feeling we could take the shortcut. I reckon shortcut. I think the shortcut as well. The Girl on the 88 Bus is one of the best books I've ever read. This is that is not appropriate information there, Icelandic Psycho, but thank you for letting me know. Okay, we're going to take the shortcut. So if you take the shortcut, turn to 317. You turn off the road through a field, hoping to pick up a small rural path you know. The mist is dense and animals rustle in hedgerows around you. You stumble on rocks and ruts a few times, and the sounds of unseen and furtive creatures seem to mock you from the mist. Just as you start to worry whether you'll ever find the path, you reach a stile and hop over onto the path. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? No sooner have you crossed than you hear the sound of angry voices and place your hand on the hilt of your short sword in readiness for whatever the fog might throw at you. It doesn't take you long to realize that it is only the sound of two men arguing. From what they're saying, it sounds like farmers. Phew, at least it's not werebears or night foxes. However, as you approach, you hear one strike the other. Shapes emerge from the gloom, and you see a large, bold man. There's lots of bold men in this. Large, bold man holding and punching a smaller man. Both wear shabby dungarees. Do you attempt to stop the bold man from attacking the smaller man? Or do you make your apologies for disturbing them and try to continue on the path? Ruts are bad, aren't they? What was it? It wasn't just ruts. It was rocks and ruts. Bad for you. I've got a bit of that in my tummy. Stop the bully, I reckon so. Let's help this little shabby man in his shabby dungarees. Right, turn to 48. You calmly try to come between the pair, pulling the larger man away from the smaller man. The larger man shoves you and you draw your sword. He releases the smaller man and draws his own rusty blade. You look to the small man, who also draws his sword to face you. Who are you to be sticking your nose in where that's not wanted? Says the bigger man. Yeah, sneers the smaller man, his lip bleeding and his eye beginning to swell. Do you fight the farmers or do you attempt to flee up the path? Guys, what should we do? I hate traveling. What? Traveling's great. So these buggers didn't want to have the fight stop. They were enjoying it. So should we just flee? Fight? You like fight? Okay, we'll fight them then. Fight the farmers. Fight the farmers. Fight the farmers. Right. Okay, so now we're going to go into battle mode. I've learnt the appropriate battle thing this time round. So we're going to face the farmers, fight them one at a time. Big farmer, he's got skill of 5 and strength of 8. And the small farmer, he's got skill of 4 and strength of 7. Right. So what you do is fight them 2 at a time. Big farmer, take 2 dice and you add his skill strength. Right. So that is 8. So that is 13. Now my skill is 11. Oh, I totally nadsed him. Right. So I've kicked him in the nads now. So let's go again. So he's only got 9. So I've beaten him that time. So I've now kicked him in the nose. So he's only got strength of 4 now. Oh, bloody hell. So he's got 11 and 5. What's that? 16. So all I've got to get is 5, guys. And I got 5. So we just go again. Right, so he's got 6 this time, and that's 11, so I've beaten him that time. So he's down on his knees now. I'm going to kick him in the head. Watch this. 2. I've kicked him in the head, and he's dead. Right now I'm going to talk to the small farmer. I'm a bit annoyed at him, so he's going to really get it. 5. Yeah, I've kicked him in the nads. Oh, so he's down to 5. Strength 5 already. And I've done it again. So he's down to 3 now. I'm not cheating, by the way. So he's got 9 this time. 9 and 4 is 13. So all I've got to get is 2. Brilliant. I've kicked him. He's got one more go, this bastard. I'm really going to kick his head in. Right. 7 and 4 is 11. I've done it. The farmers are dead. They shouldn't mess with me. Kick his ass. Yeah, we've kicked his ass. We're killing my sheep. Look, I'm a trustworthy person. I know how to roll dice, guys. If you win, turn to 278. 278, yeah. As their bodies finally still, that's a bit gruesome, you still feel a sense of dread descend. It is still only the first morning of the first day of your great mission, and you've had to kill 2 stupid men who you feel years ago wouldn't have instigated a sword fight. Maybe some strong words. At worst, a fist fight. But now they lay dead. They're dead. Their argument now irrelevant. This is the evil influence of the Necromancer. And if this is the shape of the mission, you'll have to have your wits about you. If you choose to search the farmer's clothing, if you decide to press on, well, we may as well search the farmer's clothing. I mean, we've killed them, haven't we? I mean, that's just daft, isn't it? I think we should be serial killers. Well, we're probably going to be, because there's going to be lots of necromancers and stuff and dead zombies to kill. Let's search the farmer's clothing, shouldn't we? Don't you think? Okay, I'm going to do that because I just think it's daft not to. 14. Right. You find nothing and start to feel ashamed that to all intents and purposes, you've just attacked, murdered and stolen from these 2 hapless farmers. Deduct 1 from your skill score in the first round of your next fight. Oh, okay. Only in the first round. Okay. You'd have to remind me about that. You step back into the murky mist and press on. Turn to 301. Yeah, defo loot them, that's what I say. They had nothing on them. The bug. It's getting towards lunchtime, and you consider stopping as you hear the sound of running water. You check your map, and indeed there is a small ford. The water barely comes up to your ankles. You can either wade across or use the stepping stones to your left. Are you a wader or a stepper? Should we wade or step, guys? We've got 9 people now playing this daft game. Stepping stones. Okay. I bet you these stepping stones turn out to be the sort of the hump of some horrible monster. Here we go. Use the stepping stones to your left. 59. You turn to your left and make for the stepping stones. You carefully step onto the first stone. So far, so good. The first few stones are flat and dry, but you notice that by the time you've reached the middle, they are more rounded and becoming slimy with green algae. Wondering whether you'd have been better off just wading across and whether you should in fact just step down into the shallow water, you slip and fall. Bang! You land on your side in the water and let out an oath. Naughty. Deduct a strength point. We're not doing too well here, guys. Okay, hang on. Wet and annoyed, you press on, turn to 371. Oh. Now, we've got a nice bit of artwork there for you. This is who we're bumping into now. Yeah, it's not really wading, is it? Ankles. It's up to your knees, isn't it, really wading? That's what I think. Okay. Hello, Troy Ulysses as well for joining in. Brilliant. Now, finally, you make it to the other side of the ford. The mist has burned off, but the day remains grey and lifeless. Cloud covers the skies, and the only sound is rooks fighting ravens. It was rots and rooks, and now it's rooks and ravens. Anyway, rooks fighting ravens in the trees around you. There are sudden bursts of ominous cawing and crowing. You pass from open fields through occasional trees and abandoned timber-frame shacks to a lightly wooded area where the trees meet over the road. Inside this leafy tunnel, the sound of the birds feels more oppressive than it should, as you can't see the birds themselves. There is a bustle in the hedgerow, but before you have time to process what's happening, 3 bandits are standing in front of you. They are short but strong-looking, their faces masked by cloth that covers their noses and mouths. Fierce, brutal eyes stare out at you, and they size you up. You are a trained soldier and assassin, and yet they still manage to creep up on you. They are clearly not low-life thugs, but organized criminals, possibly ex-soldiers. Throw down your weapons and your pack. Do it now, do it slow, or die fast, says the bandit in front of you. Will you? Now, we've got 4 choices here, guys. Draw your sword and attack. Throw down your knapsack. Pretend to throw down your knapsack, but prepare for a surprise attack. Try to outrun them and escape. Mexicans, outrageous. Pretend. Pretend. Okay, but so yeah, no, Icelandic Psycho got in there. Yeah, so we're gonna pretend for a surprise. Here we go. 207. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. You slowly open your knapsack and start to turn it upside down. The bandits approach cautiously. As they near, you quickly draw your swords and prepare to fight them, catching them off guard. Reduce each of their skill scores by 1 when you fight them. Turn to 343. Remember, in the first round, we've got to reduce our skill score as well. Right then, this is going to take a while. You draw your dagger, its curved blade catching a rare ray of light through the canopy. The bandits shuffle in readiness. The leader swings his blade in attack, so you must fight him first. Now, his skill is 8 and his strength is 8, but his skill is 7 because we've caught him unawares. Right, and we've got to drop our skill to 10. Right, so here we go. So 8 and 6 is 14. So we've got to get 4. Oh, we've napped him. Right, we've bitten his nose. Okay, here we go. 5. So we've got to get 3. We've got to get 2 actually now. Oh yeah, we kicked him in the nads. Okay, here we go. Now he's got 9 there. So what's 9 and 8? That's 17. So we've got to get 6, guys. We've got to get 6. Oh shit, he's napped us. Right. So we've gone down to 15. Damn, kicked us in the balls. Right, okay. Don't worry. Hang in there. 5. So 8 and 5 is 13. We just got to get 2 here. Brilliant. We got 6. Right. So he's down to his last. This is it. This killing blow now. 6. He's done for, baby, because we just got to get 3. Yeah. If you beat the first bandit, turn to 68. We so beat him. Yeah, man. Pretend. I did in the last game book. I did this, and I might start pretending in a minute. Right. Yeah, it is a weird thing. Right, anyway, here we go. Seeing their leader fall to the ground, the remaining 2 bandits disappear back into the trees. What a bunch of softies. And you hear them beating a hasty retreat as twigs snap under their feet. If you decide to search the dead bandit, if you decide to press on. Now, look, I'm a searcher, guys. We're going to search that bandit. Here we go. You rummage through the bandit's many pockets. Roll a die. If you roll an even number, if you roll an odd number. Here we go. 1. So it's an odd number. Turn to 332. 332. Oh, bollocks. The bandits can't have been that great after all, because after what you feel is a thorough search, you find nothing. The birds have stopped their noise, and there is a sudden chill in the air, deathly stillness. You shiver, draw your cloak tightly around you, and press on. Turn to 262. Not getting very far, are we? Okay. You emerge from the dense copse and into a wide open estuary. The fields and woodlands have given way to muddy wetlands and scrub. I like scrub. The going becomes difficult, but you eventually join a road coming at you from your right. It leads off to a humpback bridge over a tributary of the main river. You also see a tiny wooden shelter with what looks like a man standing within it. It must be the boatman. Do you want to cross via the bridge or head for the boatman to take you across? Bridge or boatman? Talking about the searchers. It's so dull, this book. People are talking about the searchers. Boatman. Okay, yes, but oh no. Excellent. I got first with the bridge. It's bridge or boatman. So Jamie, you need to decide. Or Troy, if you're still there. Or Davey. We've got 1 for bridge, 1 for boatman. Come on, guys. Oh dear. Let's go. Oh no. Bridge. Oh no, it's so complicated. Well, I'll go for bridge because bridge Bridge got there first. So, okay. Do you want to cross via the bridge? Turn to 56. You approach the bridge. It reminds you of the village you grew up in. You remember you and your friends throwing sticks off the upstream side and rushing to the other side to see whose stick emerged first. Pooh sticks. I used to play that when I was a kid. You also remember your first kiss in the shadow of the south side wall. As you start up the bridge, you are broken from your daydream by a huge hand suddenly clasping the wall from beneath. That looks like a troll's hand. There he is. Look, there's the troll. Sure enough, the stench hits you before the sight of the troll does. You back away and watch the huge, ugly creature lumber into the road. Will you escape to the boatman or stand your ground and prepare to fight the troll? I have not got my waders on because I'm on a bridge. Yeah, run. I think we should go back to the boatman. He sounds nice, doesn't he, the boatman? Let's pretend he's called Alf. Bloody hell. Look at that. I don't know about me being called Alf. That doesn't look like Alf to me. Right. You approach the tiny shelter. The figure inside is Charon the boatman. I thought he was the one who took the dead across the river Styx. Are we dead? Have we already died? Or what's going on? This mythical spectre is a man of few words. It's like that death, in the Monty Python Meaning of Life. When he says Terry Gilliam, shut up, you Americans. Yeah. Okay, he seems to sense you and holds his hand out to proffer his punt. You can either pay him 1 gold coin, 10 silver coins, or any single item from your pack. We don't have any items. If you have nothing to offer or do not want to pay the boatman, you can try and wade across with our waders, Jamie. Do you pay Karen or do you wade across? I think we ought to pay him. Message retracted. Jamie said, oh, he's retracted something. It's always weird, isn't it? It's always makes you a bit paranoid when someone retracts a message. What did they say? Okay, so are we paying Karen? I think we should pay him, basically, because I'm sick of wading across. It got us nowhere last time. So we'll pay him. Yeah, I'd be afraid not to pay him something as well. Okay, so 329. Here we go. Right, so we're going to pay him a gold coin. So we're going to go down to 5 gold coins. 5 gold coins. Right. You pay Karen and step aboard the punt. Without a word, he starts to punt across the river, which is good because he's in a punt. His face obscured by his long cowl. In the middle of the river, you hear a voice on the wind. You turn to look at the boatman, but it doesn't seem that the voice came from him. Maybe you just imagined it. No, there it is again. Find the book. It seems to be saying, but it is almost inaudible. Find the book. It whispers like the sound of wind in a tree. You try to home in on its source, but you don't hear it again and wonder whether you just imagined it. You are awakened from your pursuit of words on the wind by the bump of the riverbank. It almost throws you from your feet. You thank Charon and feel somewhat stupid as you bid him good day. He stands motionless, his face ever occluded by the rags of his cloak and hood. Pondering the import of the strange words, you press on. Well, it's not that strange. Find the book. I mean, come on. Turn to 355. Oh, this is interesting. There we are. So nice little bit of artwork here. Some weird looking dragon things. Bye, Karen. Right. The road enters woodland again, and the dappled shade throws mottled patterns over the path. As you emerge from the copse, you can hear a very strange sound, like wind, a waterfall, and the sound of a forged sword being plunged into a bucket of water. Ahead, you can make out the source of this strange sound, and suddenly everything is clear. 2 elementals are fighting, fire and water. What looks like a typhoon, a tower of turning water, is twisting and throwing itself at a column of fire. The fire rages and thrashes, throwing out limbs of fire to attack the water. Lying at the center of this conflict is a small wood and metal chest. It steams and sizzles, both wet and hot. Would you like to try and intervene in this fight, or would you prefer to keep going? One heck of an art. Art. Yes, it is. Yeah. And there's a little metal chest, by the way, if you didn't see it. That's what we're, yeah. So are we going to intervene in this fight? Keep going. I like that. I like that. That's good. I like that. Let's keep going then. Stop the fight. Why? See now. Come on, Icelandic psych. Go forth. Right. Okay. Let's keep going. To hell with it. See, I think there might have been a gem in that chest. I'm just saying. It feels like you've been walking for hours. It feels like I've been talking for hours. It feels like you've been walking for hours. So you are heartened to see a small hamlet up ahead. Smoke rises from the largest building among the 24 you can see. You smell the aromas of cooking meat, and you hear your stomach groan as if pleading for a hot meal. The inn is a large timber frame building, each floor larger than the one below, until it seems that it might almost topple over. Men and women converse outside, and horses drink from troughs. It is nice to hear the sound of friendly voices, laughter, and music. There is clearly a band playing. Inside, you can see a busy bar with men and women drinking from large steins, smoking long clay pipes and playing games. There is also an open fire, and people sit about eating large plates of hearty food. Sounds great. The low ceiling thuds with the sounds of people upstairs, and a small band of musicians create a merry jig that just about carries over the hubbub. I like that word, hubbub. Do you want to? Now, we've got 4 options here, guys. See if you can stock up on provisions and supplies. Stay for a meal and chat with the locals. See if there's a gambling table and try your hand at Maker's Mark. Or leave the inn and press on with your quest. Sound is going erratic, is it? Sorry. Look at this. Stock. Well, we got. Oh right. Okay. Oh, now we've got 3 different. Wow. Okay. There's gamble, stay for a meal and chat, stock up, leave the inn. All of them. You guys just don't want to do anything. I think we're gonna have to. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do what Jamie says. I'm gonna stay for the chat. It's nice to chat with the locals, get a bit of local colour, see what's going on. Let's have a chat. Stay for a meal and chat with the locals. Turn to 132. Oh bugger! I'm regretting this now. It's a bit of a long paragraph. You see an empty stool at the bar and sit in between a man and a woman who are both nibbling on some fried snack. If you have 5 silver coins, you can ask the publican for a hot meal. Add 1 strength point. I don't think it's worth it. As you sit at the bar, the lady next to you leans in and says, "You look like a man's want to quest." That's a line, isn't it? No one's ever said that to me before. You smile and nod, keen to see where this is going without giving too much away about your mission. Reckons I can. I think she's got a bit of an accent, so I'll put an accent on. Reckons I can guess it's a good one, she beams good-naturedly. She is of middle age, a good build, and her long hair hangs loose. Be good to see some good done in these parts. Been awful rare these late days. Reckons there's some darkness abroad. Spreads like and all. You nod in agreement. Wily, she says. I can see you're no braggart bully boy. You're a proper soldier spy. Reckons I know what quest you're on and all. Take this advice. May do you fair at some hour, I'll wager. She looks around her and becomes quite serious. Right knocker's right, she says. Right knocker? It's a bit naughty, isn't it? Right knocker's right, she says. You're not quite sure exactly what she's talking about, but it doesn't seem to be a joke. She repeats more seriously, right knocker's right? That is what it says. You ask her what she means, but she taps her nose and disappears into a back room. What do you want to do next? See if you can stock up on provisions and supplies. See if there's a gambling table, or shall we continue with the quest? Great knockers. I thought she was going to take us into the back room. I thought it was going to be a bit saucy. But she's a keeper. So Damiano still wants to gamble. Everyone wants to gamble. Get pissed. Well, we couldn't get pissed. Gamble. Okay, we're going to gamble, guys. We're going to gamble. We have to play Maker's Mark 175. Here we go. You ask to sit down at the table where a dealer is handing wooden tiles to two women and a man. The game is Maker's Mark. It is 1 silver coin to play around. Roll a die. If you roll 1 to 3, you win 2 silver coins. 4 to 6, you lose and get nothing. You can play up to 5 rounds. Okay, let's have a go. Right. So you roll a die. Okay. So we have to pay 1 silver coin to play around. Okay. And so that means we get basically 1 silver coin. So we've won a silver coin, guy. We've won 1. Let's try another one. Shag. We lost that coin there. So we've got 3 more rounds. I only ever gambled once, when I was in Australia. I won 75 quid. The next day I went back and lost it all again. Right, we're back to 11 silver coins. Here we go. Not the most exciting gambling I've ever done, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. Right, we've got 1 more round. We've gone up from 11 silver coins to 13. Was it worth it? I don't know. Screw the gamble. Get the lady with the knockers. She's gone into a back room. She didn't even invite us. What's that about? Right. After all that boring gambling, let's get back to the adventure. 286. You are about to leave the gambling table when one of the women offers you a wager. I'll bet you a key of Lothra Khalib, I don't know what accent I'm doing here, or spell of your choice that I can beat you in a best of 3. Keys of Lothra Khalib can open any lock, and spells are always a valuable tool on missions such as yours, so you decide to accept. Roll a die 3 times. If you roll mainly odd numbers, you lose. If you roll mainly even numbers, you win. Right, okay, here we go. 4. 5. It's the decider, guys. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh. 2. We've done it. Right. So if you win, and you can choose either the key of Lothra Khalib that opens any door, or any of the 3 following spells: Love Potent, Serpent Snake Venom, or Fire Most Fierce. What should we do? Back of the net. Yeah, man. I love Young Frankenstein. It's great. So what do we want? Do we want the key of Lothra Khalib, or should we have Love Potent, Serpent Snake Venom, or Fire Most Fierce? Love Potion. I reckon we should take the Love Potion, man. Let's do it. Yeah, we're all into that, aren't we? Shows what kind of guys we are, really. Who wants to kill goblins when you can go into the back room with the woman, with the Cornish accent? Okay, we've concluded. So we've done that. We've got a Love Potent. Remember that. Okay, so now we can stay for a meal and chat with the locals. We've done that already. We can buy some provisions, or we can press on. Should we just press on? I think we'll press on. Yeah, press on. Let's get on with it. 386. 386. You head towards the door when a man and woman step into your path. You would notice them eyeing you earlier, and it appears they mean to accost you. You really don't want to cause a scene in here, so you wait to see what they want. Don't know you, says the woman. She has long, messy hair and a mean snarl on her face. Yes'm, very strange, says the man. He doesn't sound very bright. Feels like I might ask... hang on. Feels like I might ask you to leave the expensive way, she says. You ask her what she means and she laughs. Don't play the dum-dums with me, pretty one, she says. Pretty one? Wow. Longer you leave it, the more tax to extract. Can hear it going up, laughs the big man. She holds out her hand. 10 silver will be doing it. Do you choose to pay her, or would you rather fight them? I can't get out while the going's good. I've either got to pay her or fight them. Fight. Yeah, I don't like these two. I think, and they're dumb as well, aren't they? So let's fight them. To hell with it. You draw your sword and prepare to fight them one at a time. They're called Nasty Woman and Nasty Man. Okay, so we're going to fight the Nasty Woman. We fight the Nasty Woman first. We kill the woman first before the bloke. Yeah, ladies first, isn't it? Right. Oh Christ! Oh my God! What's going on? Oh my God! It's all going wrong here. Right, 5. She's got 5. That's so all we've got to do is get 2. So we've done her in. She's got 5 strength now. 6 and 8 is 14. We've got to get 3 guys. We've got 5. We're totally knacking her. She's down now to 3 strength. Here we go. Oh, she's completely rubbish, this woman. We've just got to get 2 again. Yeah. She's down to, this is it. There's a killer blow we're going to give. The bloke's not helping her. He's just standing around. Oh, she's got 11. Shit. Okay, so 8 and 11 is 19. We've got to get 8. No. We got kicked. We got kicked in the nads, guys. I'm sorry. She's got one last chance. Oh, God, she's getting really big throws now. 18. We've got to get 7. And that's it, 7. Right, okay, we've got to go again. She's hanging on for dear life, this woman. She's got 10. How is she doing this? We've got to get 7. Oh, bollocks. She's kicking her heads in. Oh, no, this is a disaster. We're going to be killed by a nasty woman in a pub. 8. Right, 8 and 8 is 16. We've just got to get 5. Come on, we can get 5. Yes, we've done it. Right, she's dead. Now we've got Nasty Man. He's actually got less skill than she has. We're all right. We're on strength 11. We're still in there. We've got the Nasty Man to take on now. Nasty Man. Right, 6 and 7 is 13. All we've got to get is 2. Kicked his ass. Right, he's got 3 more goes. 6 and 6 is 12. We've beaten him there. 6 and 5. He's crap, this Nasty Man. Now he's got 8 there. So what's that? 14. So we just got to get 3 and then we've killed him. Oh, baby. We have defeated him. Yeah, man. Turn to 204. Right. Outside the inn, you are about to head off once again when a man signals to you from across the busy street. There he is. He looks a bit dodgy to me. He is young and thin, though you can't tell much more about him because he wears a long, dark cloak. You are cautious and decide to stay put, touching your palm to the hilt of your blade. He checks both ways and approaches you. Without any introduction, he says, "The stone sequence is a square." We don't yet know the sequence itself, so you may have to hunt for it. If we discover it, we'll try and get that knowledge to you in good time. He fixes you with a very stern look and then turns and vanishes into the crowd. You're not sure what this means or whether to trust this mysterious stranger. Nonetheless, you make a mental note of his words and press on. Right, so stone sequence square and right knockers. It's like Carry On Fighting Fantasy, this is. Yeah, well, he was a bit. It sounds like a pretty boy, but he was a bit dull, wasn't he? Really, just standing there with his knee out like that. What tosser? Okay, 54. Right. You leave the hamlet, and before too long, you are back in open countryside. The long road twisting its way towards the horizon. Exactly. Ooh, matron. You approach a crossroads and see 2 figures. 2 hobgoblins are fighting over something. Will you attempt to intervene and see if you can find out what the item is? It might be valuable to you, ... Do you want to talk to the hobgoblins or keep going? I reckon we should talk to the hobgoblins, don't you? You can't be an adventurer and an assassin and be afraid of goblins. Come on, keep going, you guys. I think we should talk to the goblin. They might be one of the gems that they're fighting over. I think we've got to be tough, guys. Come on. You're scared? No, look, we can't have this. We're going to talk to them. You raise your hands in a calming gesture. The hobgoblins regard you and stop arguing. You offer to help in their dispute. None of your stinking business. cries the hobgoblin, holding the item in his hand. It is some sort of small, ornate box. The other one seems more interested in your help and asks you to mediate their dispute. Will you agree, or would you rather keep going? You guys would just rather keep going, won't you? Mediate. There's lots of mediating going on these days. I think we should try and mediate. I've got a feeling that they're both going to gang up on us like the others have been doing. Keep going. Do you think we should just keep going? But what about we've got to find these gems. All right, guy. All right, let's agree. So here we go then. Come on, let's do some hobgoblin stuff. The hobgoblin holding the tiny book. The hobgoblin holding the tiny box harumphs, but reluctantly agrees. The smaller one introduces himself as Talogrin and says the one with the box is Halliburg. Talogrin says that he bet Halliburg that he could catch more mice than Halliburg in a single week. The bet was for Halliburg's precious box. At this point, Halliburg chimes in and says that Talogrin failed to catch as many as him, so he's keeping his box. It's fascinating, isn't it? Talogrin shouts that Halliburg caught a shrew and a vole, and that those don't count towards his overall count. Halliburg shoves Talogrin and says that of course shrews and voles count because they're types of mouse. Talogrin disagrees. Will you continue to help these argumentative hobgoblins, or will you decide that you're not interested in what's in the box or any benefit they might bestow upon you for refereeing their disagreements? Yeah, it could have some drugs in it. It's a very boring dispute, isn't it, really? I mean, I don't know. Are shrews and voles types of mouse? Who cares? Who cares? I don't know. We want the box. I think we want the box. Let's get the box, for Christ's sake. If we have to kill him, we'll just kill him. You listen and listen. In the end, do you decide shrews and voles are not types of mouse, so Talogrin should receive his prize, or shrews and voles should count as types of mouse and Halliburg can keep the box? Is it Talogrin or Halliburg? Shrews and voles. Shrews are not. I'd say they're not. Okay, right. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. Halliburg is furious and draws a pair of small daggers from his belt. Talogrin seems shocked, weighing up whether to join his old pal or wait for the outcome of this conflict. You must fight Halliburg. Right. He has skill 7, strength 6. So off we go. So he's got 6. All we've got to get is 2. We've knacked him. He's got 2 more goes. 7 and 8 is 15. So all we've got to do is get 4. We're laughing here. Yeah, he's on his last legs now. Killer blow. Here it comes. He's got 7 and 7 is 14. All we've got to get is 3 and we've kicked his head in. Oh, baby. He is so dead. Right. Talogrin stands and stares at you. He then bends down to take the little box. Will you let him take it, or would you like to claim the box for yourself? We're defo serial killers. I think we just go for it. Let's get the box. Right, let's get the box. Come on. 291. You shout at Talogrin. He is startled but doesn't drop the box. Roll a die. Oh, bloody hell. If you roll an even number, turn to 387. I just rolled 2. No, screams the hobgoblin. It's mine. He draws a small axe from his belt and prepares to fight you. Don't worry, he's only got a skill of 5. We'll easily knack him. 5 and 6. Yeah, I've killed him straight away. 5 and 7, he's done for. On his last legs now, guys. Don't you worry. 5 and 9. What's that? 14. We've got to get 3. We've done it. Right. If you beat Talogrin, turn to 309. Okie dokie. You pick up your prize, the ornate little box, which rattles as you pick it up. Upon opening it, you see dozens of small teeth. Ugh. You can hardly imagine what these are for, or why these two creatures would want such a collection. Well, that was all rather pointless. You discard the filthy box and press on. Turn to 18. What a load of crap. Right. We're not getting very far, are we? We're not getting anything. We've got a love potion. That's about it. Okay. The road weaves across the countryside and through a copse. On the other side is an abandoned hamlet, not much more than a dozen buildings, all of which look like they have been deserted for hundreds of years. There is something eerie about the dead village, but you nonetheless follow the road through its centre. The road narrows as you pass between the high walls of two old barns. You reach what you would have expected to be halfway along the barns, but it seems that you are further away from their end with every passing step. You turn confused. The barn walls now seem to stretch for miles behind you. You turn back once again and see that the road ahead is now lined by miles and miles of brick wall. This must be some illusion. It's a long way, says a voice. You spin round yet again and see no one. I'm on both sides, says the friendly voice. Once again you turn but see no one. I can speed this up, says the voice again. I am the wall. You try to run, roll a die. I don't like all this roll a die business. I think you should be deciding things. If you roll an odd number, turn to 254. Your legs feel like lead, but you manage to put one in front of the other. Faster and faster down the road you go. You somehow know that you will never reach the end of this walled prison. You run to the walls themselves and jump up to see if you can see over the top or even get an arm over. The top of the wall seems to stretch away from your grasp, and a flurry of voices try to persuade you to stop running. It's dangerous. You'll hurt yourself. And so you sprint faster and faster in a dead straight line to a horizon that gets no nearer. And then, all of a sudden, you reach the end and you stand, breathing heavily on the edge of the little village. You dare to look behind you and see only two barns, their walls facing each other. You shake your head, draw a deep breath, and press on. That was all a bit weird, wasn't it? Turn to 273. The day is fading, but the afternoon sun feels good on your face. You approach a small cart filled with hay. A little old lady is feeding the donkey at the front of the cart. She sees you and tries to get your attention. Will you stride on by or see what this old woman wants? I think we should see what she wants. I always like to talk to these people, even if it turns out to be nothing like those bloody goblins. Shall we see what she wants? Thank you for stopping, she says. Can you help me? My cart has thrown an axle, and I just don't have the strength to fix it. I'll make it worth your while. You're not sure how this doddery old woman and her donkey could make it worth your while. You have no need of hay. Will you help her, or tell her you can't help her and head on? Yeah, I think we should help her out. She might be a witch though, mightn't she? Do you know what I mean? But she might turn into a beautiful young woman in disguise. And we could use our love potent. Right, here we go then. Will you help her? Turn to 277. You walk around the car and survey the damage. She is not wrong. The axle has indeed thrown the wheel. It's not broken, but you will need to lift the car to try and get the wheel back in place. We've got to roll a flipping die again. Oh, bloody hell. If you roll 4 to 6, turn to 26. You lift the cart slowly, but it's too heavy. Then it slips and you drop the wheel on your foot. Deduct a strength point. Oh, bloody hell. I just feel we're getting nowhere in this game. You pause and have another go. This time you manage to get the wheel on, useless git. Turn to 55. The little old lady is ecstatic and her eyes fill with tears. Thank you, she says. I was so afeared that I would have to spend the night out here in the wilds. 3 peoples already passed, denying I help. Windorf's no steed and a worse bodyguard. There's strange folk abroad and only getting worse. She pulls a purse from inside her rough tunic and fishes out some coins. There, she says. Said I'd make it worth your while. And she drops 10 silver coins into your hand. Nice. Right. So we've got 23 silver coins now. She also gives you an anime cowl, which stops people from reading your mind. That's useful, isn't it? I'll put that down. Anime cowl. Wayne Rooney would. I don't know about that. Okay. Will you stay and talk to the old woman, or will you thank her and head on? Should we chat to her? She might be a witch. We'll chat to her. She might tell us some more interesting things. She tells you her name is Cassandra Relier Moorgarden, and that she lives in the nearby village of Thurn next to the dike. She asks what someone dressed and armed as you are might be doing in these parts, and you explain that you're heading to the forest of Hallareel. She suggests that you'll be needing to head through the Bronny Ore Range. Okay, remember this, Bronny Ore Range. She tells you that there's an old tunnel that leads through it, the Caverns of Carnis, and that some distant cousin runs the turnpike at the tunnel's entrance. She also says that you'd be wise to pay for the shortcut, expensive as it may be, and she taps the side of her nose knowingly. That's good info. You thank her for the coins, her company, and the advice. You bid her farewell, and she does the same. You continue on up the road, turn to 131. So you see, it pays to talk. Right. Oh, look at this. Look at this weird creature we're facing now. Look at that. Dear, oh dear. This book is filth. Right. Dusk starts to fall and the light becomes dim. Off in the distance, you can see a torch on the ground and a figure reflecting its light. It is humanoid, but doesn't move in a human way. It stands over a pile in the road. As you approach, you can see it is a Nightgast. This horrific ghoul has long, thin limbs and a face that falls into hideous jaws, teeth and flesh. Blood and drool fall from its hanging maw. Its shiny green-black skin is newt-like, and it shimmers in the crepuscular light. It seems to smell you on the wind, and as you approach, you see that it is standing over the motionless body of some unfortunate woman. Blimey. Will you try and avoid the Nightgast by heading to your left across the field before heading back? Or will you see off the Nightgast and see if you can save the woman? Now, are we going to be heroes or zeros, guys? What are we going to do? 9 people watching? Are we going to avoid the Nightgast, or are we going to fight him? Save her we must. I think we've got to. Honor demands you save a woman. I totally agree with that phrase, his dad's chair. Yes, come on, guys. We're brave. Right. 3, 4, 1. I'm going to have a little drink before. Just chat amongst yourselves for a minute. You need to drink some Highland Spring sparkling water before you take on a Nightgast. Let me tell you that. Right. You approach the Nightgast. That helps. If you're going to kill a Nightgast, you need to approach him first. It looks at you with its obscene face, its mouth flapping in rage as it lets out a wet roar. You draw your blades and prepare to fight. Now, the Nightgast has got a skill of 8. This might be a bit tricky. And he's got a strength of 12. Here we go. Right. We'll do a little note. Right. So he's rolled 7. So all we've got to get is 4. We have so beat you, baby. We kicked him in the face to start with. Right. Here we go. He's rolled 8. So that's 16. All we've got to get is 5. Oh my God, we kicked him in the nads. He is so going under. Right, this Nightgast is easy. Right. Oh no, he's rolled 11, guys. I'm sorry about this. So that is 19. We've got to get 7. Oh shit. Right, he's got a hit on us, I'm afraid. Oh bugger. He's got 9 now. 9 and 8 is what? 17. We've got to get 6. Yes. Take that, you bastard. Right, he's rolled 7 there. So that's all we've got to get is 4. Yeah, totally knacking him now. He's down to 4 strength. Right, he's down 8 and 8 is 16. All we've got to get is 5. Oh shit. We've got 4. We're down to 6 here. We could get killed by the Nightgast. Oh no, this is terrible. Oh bollocks, he's got 10. Right, we've got to get 7. Oh, shit. Guys, we're down to 4 strength. We might get killed trying to help this woman. Oh, she better be bloody grateful. Oh, no. Hang on, I'll roll that again. He's only got 3. Oh, we've beaten him anyway then, because we've got 11. So he's down to 2. So all we've got to do is get 1 more kill on him, and we're done. Oh, shit, he's got 10. Right, we've got to get 7. Right, come on. Oh, no. Guys, he's got 2. We've got 2. If he kills us this time round, we're deaded. We're deaded. He's only got 4. We've already beaten him. Oh, my God, he's dead. We're almost death's door here, guys. 1 more kill, 1 more wound, and we're dead. Right. You kill the night gas. This woman better be grateful. If she is not grateful, I think we should use the love potent. You waste no time in tending to the woman, but you quickly discover that there is no saving this poor soul. She's already dead. Will you search her clothes and pack? We flipping well will. Flipping heck. I'm not pressing on. We've gone to hell and high water for her. You turn the body of the woman over. She is young and she is definitely dead. There was nothing you could have done. She has 2 short blades similar to your own, and you wonder if she is also an agent of the Guild of Blades. She also has a set of knuckle blades, which you can take if you choose. Yeah, we'll have them. Knuckle blades. Knuckle blades. She has a small purse hidden inside her tunic, and you feel more certain that she's indeed one of your own. You open the purse. The topaz of endless sea. We've done it. We've found one of the Billy Bollocks gems. We've got to get 4 gems, so that's one of them. We've done it, guys. This brave blade had found one of the stones of Valcraven. You hold the pale blue gemstone up to the fading light and marvel at its beauty. You place the stone in your own knapsack and decide to bury your fellow quester. You are tired after digging, but feel that you would have wanted her to do the same for you. You say a short incantation to guard her soul safely to the underworld and press on. Turn to 112. Well, we almost died, but it was worth it, I think. We finally got something out of this silly game. You find a tree under which to make camp and sleep better than you thought you might. Add a strength point. We'd bloody well need it as well. God. It's like Knott's Forest needing to get points to stay up. Right. In the morning, you rise and walk for many hours. The day feels long, but the sun is out and the weather is clement. Up ahead, you can see a caravan, and before too long, you hear the sound of commerce and recreation. The caravans of Alrathia are renowned across the land as a great source of rare items, valuable services, dubious rumours, and indeed fun. The 24 tents are surrounded by carts and trailers, and music and the smell of food reach you. People circulate, shopping, bartering, and haggling. Many are seated at portable benches, indulging in food and ale, and possibly more. A man approaches you. He is dressed like you and gives you a knowing look. He explains that he is a sword broker, selling the services of mercenaries. He says he can see that you're on a dangerous mission and suggests that you could do with some help. Will you hear him out, walk around the stalls of the caravan, or keep on moving up the road? What should we do, guys? Should we hear him out? Don't trust him. Icelandic Psycho, you don't trust anyone. You've got to trust some people in life, but do you think he's a bit dodgy? He gave us a knowing look, didn't he? Tell him to mind his tell him to mind his own business. I wish it doesn't give me that option. I can't say up yours, you bastard. We've lost we're losing viewers here. We're down to 7 people. He's after something. Tell him to sod off. We're down to 6 people. People are just leaving this in droves. Bye, everybody. Okay. Right. So what we can't tell him to sod off. I think what we're going to do. We're going to walk around the stalls of the caravan. There we go. That's a compromise, isn't it? You walk around the bustling stalls and busy tents. Will you get your sword sharpened? Head into the arcanist's shop or hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Oh, he's gone back up to 8 again. Right. Should we get my sword sharpened, missus, or should we head into the arcanist shop? Hit the road. Guys, you guys, you just want to keep going. It's like a Wim Wenders movie. Sword sharpened. Okay. Right, okay. Well, all right, we'll get the sword sharpened then. 374. You walk under a low awning. A large woman sits at a grinding wheel sharpening an axe. Sparks fly from the wheel. Upon seeing you, she stops and asks how she can help before pointing to a sign that says, sharpening tariff, axes 10 silver coins, swords 5 silver coins, daggers and knives 1 silver coin. Other weapons may vary. Will you get your 2 swords sharpened? Will you head to the arcanist stall or will you hit the road? Well, shall we get our swords sharpened? Because that's what we've come for. Right, let's do that. You pull your blades from their scabbards, and the woman looks impressed. She asks if you're some sort of mercenary or assassin. You nod vaguely as she starts to sharpen your short sword, grinding the oily whetstone against its blade. She talks about the adventurers she's met recently, many more than she usually gets. Something dark going on in these parts, she suggests. Then she explains that there are also many tricksters about, working for the Necromancer. Many folk ain't as who they seem, she says, and adds, knights is a favourite. Evildoers and demons pretending to be knights in beautiful armour. They sucker you in with their chivalrous words, but suddenly reveal their true selves, too late to save yourself from their vicious teeth, or worse. She holds up the blade to the sun and smiles. She's done a great job. Deduct 5 silver coins and add 1 skill point. Right, so we're up to skill 12, and silver coins is down to 18. You thank her and pay her and move on. Will you go to the arcanist stall, see what else the caravan has to offer, or hit the road, Jack, and don't you look back no more? Another message retracted. Right. What should we do? Should we go to the arcanist stall? Should we see what the caravan has to offer, or should we hit the road? Who's still playing then? Yeah, I think we should see what else the caravan has to offer. Should we do that? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the good idea, actually. Let's see. It seems that the working day is drawing to a close, and people are heading into the eateries and drinkeries of the caravan. Will you? Now, there's 4 choices here, guys. Head to the ale tent for a well-deserved pint. Head to the hog roast stall for a hearty meal. Stand and listen to the minstrel who is playing to a dozen revellers, or hit the road. Now, what I might say here, guys, is this, right? Our strength is 3, so it might be worth going to the hog roast stall for a hearty meal. There's big butts here. Does anyone mind if I do that? I just want to get some more strength. Right. I think I'm gonna pull rank here, and I'm gonna go to the hog roast store for a hearty meal. Yeah, we need some strength, guys. 115. Let's hope it's a good meal though. Because sometimes you get disappointed, don't you? You know, you go somewhere. The hog roast looks delicious, and the smell of salt and herbs makes your mouth water. There are also roasted potatoes, parsnips, and carrots. You can keep the parsnips. Will you buy a plate of food? Head to the ale tent. Look, we're going to buy a plate of food. It's 5 silver coins. To hell with it. Turn to 41. Right, 41. Your dinner does not disappoint. The pork and vegetables and hot gravy are indeed delicious. Add 1 strength point. Oh, bloody hell. I thought I was going to get more out of it than that. That's crap. You finish up and consider going back for seconds, but decide not to. I would have done. Now, will you go to the ale tent, listen to the minstrel, or hit the road? No, we didn't get poisoned. It was a top meal. Yeah. 8 out of 10 on TripAdvisor. What do you reckon? Do you want a pint? Or Should we listen to the minstrel? What's going on with but? What do you want to do? Do you want to go? I like that a lot. Food satiates your belly, the minstrel satiates your soul. Very, very good. That's what you need in life: physical and mental, spiritual. Brilliant. Right, so we're going to listen to the minstrel. I bet he's a tosser. Right, there we go. Here we go. Wow. Now then. You approach the music tent and see that it isn't a minstrel at all, but an ensemble of musicians. There are 5 big bearded men, hipsters, on a small stage making a hell of a racket with lutes and pipes and drums. Behind them is a huge banner with the words Borage Goblin written in some runic script. Everyone seems to know the song, and the 24 audience members all sing along and stomp their feet in time to the music. Will you stay for a dance, go back to the ale tent, or hit the road? Should we have a dance? Let's have a dance. Before you know it, you're part of the throng, and you find yourself dancing with men and women, linking arms and throwing and being thrown about. This is great. You can tell this is written by 2 heavy metal fans, this book. For a few moments, you forget about your earnest quest and are reminded about why the Elrathia way of life is worth fighting for. Add 1 skill and 1 strength point. Great. Our skill is 13 now, and that's taken our strength back up to 5. Okay. The musicians draw their raucous music to an end, and everyone claps and cheers. A hat is being passed around, and everyone is putting a coin or 2 in. Will you put in a silver coin, a gold coin, or will you walk away before the hat reaches you? Are you one of those, mean, parsimonious people who don't put stuff in the hat? I tell you what, should we put in a gold coin? I don't know. It's a bit much in it for some silver coin. Should we put in a silver coin? Gold? Oh, no. Do a little dance, make a little love. Let's down tonight. Yeah, good song. Right. I think we might put in a gold coin because I'm interested to see what happens. So let's try it. Try a gold coin. 258. Well, that is mighty generous of you, says the big burly man with the hat. Would you like to come and meet the band? I'm sure they'd like to thank you themselves. If you do, I think we should meet the band. I've got a feeling because this is written by heavy metal guys, I think the band will be good people. Let's have a see. The man takes you behind the giant banner, and you see the musicians sitting around drinking thirstily from large tankards as they mop sweat from their brows. This gentleman has been very generous, he says to the musicians, who smile and welcome you to sit with them. You chat with the band about this and that. After a few minutes, the singer, a very tall man with a big beard and long hair, leans in towards you. Reckons I know what quest you're upon, young'un. No, you don't need to tell me nothing about your private dealings, but just reckons I could help, maybe. He leans in further. If you're heading to the tower, if you're heading through the forest, you might find something of a shortcut available to you. Perimeters and portals and tunnels might seem like a good and expeditious plan, but you never know what you might be missing. Sometimes the long way around is the only way around that works. And sometimes that means right straight through the middle. That's the opposite to what the old woman told us. She told us to pay for the shortcut. Do you remember? It's expensive, but pay for it. Now he's saying, go the long way round. You are just about to thank him for this slightly enigmatic piece of advice when he leans in again. Set the golden pony, of course, he laughs. Nature's magical beasts is something else. They can often be of help to questers such as your good self, I'll wager. Before you can ask what he means, he is beckoned away by a woman holding a large box. So let's remember that, guys. The golden pony. Right, we've got to use the golden pony. Right. Now, we can go to the ale tent, or we can hit the road. Do you fancy a pint? Maybe the lady with the knockers. I think the lady with the knockers, she's gone. We've lost her to time. She's totally gone now. So what should we do? Should we go for a pint? Golden Palominos. Woman with a large box. We're not allowed to go up to the woman with the large box, which might be quite good fun. With our love potent, remember. Honestly, I should be reading this like Sid James. A pint. I think we should go for a pint. Hey, Spell Singer. I think we should go for a pint. Let's get drunk. Right. So 311. You enter the tent, and a roar goes up from a group of men and women who all raise their tankards to some bawdy toast. You approach the bar, where a bearded man sits at a huge barrel, pouring pints into pewter tankards for a queue of revellers. Will you pay for a drink and see what the publican has to say, or just bugger off? Let's see what the publican has to say. It's 1 silver coin. Right. Turn to 288. You buy a drink and try to strike up a conversation with the publican. Roll a die. Oh, so annoying. Okay, here we go. We've rolled 5. If you roll 5 or 6, turn to 72. Mine's a pint. That's Alan Partridge, isn't it? That's brilliant. The publican seems to be impressed by your demeanour. And despite the fact that you tell him nothing about your quest, he showers you with bits of advice about the forest, the caverns, and the Necromancer's tower. How does he know? How much of it you believe, you are not sure, but you nonetheless bank the following statements. The forest's perimeter road is dangerous. See, that bloke back at the band just told us to use that road, didn't he? And green elves have been known to work for the Necromancer to help him locate and protect precious things. You thank the publican for this information. He offers you another tankard of ale on the house if you accept or politely decline. What do you reckon, guys? Should we have another pint? I mean, we're not driving. I don't know. What should we do? Should we have another pint, do you think? Accept. Oh, Jamie says no. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, we've got to have a deciding vote here, guys. Come on. Let's have a deciding vote. Oh, bugger. Drink. Yeah, I think let's just accept it. To hell with it. The publican hands you another tankard and says it's worth chatting to as many people as you can at the caravan. He adds that there are lots of wise people with big ears. We hears a lot, he says, and taps his nose. Some of us tell us a lot too. You finish your second pint and stand rather clumsily. That second drink may have been more than a quest on a dangerous mission should have had. Deduct a skill point. Oh well, we're still on 12 skills, so we're doing pretty well. Will you head to the hog roast? We've done that. We've listened to the minstrel. We're going to hit the road, guys. We're finally leaving the caravan. You stand on the edge of the caravan and prepare to leave. Are you waiting for a mercenary? No, we're not, are we? So if you're not waiting for a mercenary, turn to 159. I feel we've missed something there. If you ate a hog roast, turn to 179. We did eat a hog roast. Roll a die. Oh no, we probably got the shits. Okay, here we go. 3. If you roll 2 to 6, turn to 259. Onwards and away you walk. I think we've avoided that, you know. Good, isn't it? Night is once again descending, and dark clouds obscure what little light there might have been. Open fields give way to rough grazing land, and in turn to scrubland dotted with trees and shrubs. You are deciding where you might build a small shelter for the night when you sense movement on your right. Looking into the gloom, you can see an old temple in the middle of a graveyard. A low mist hangs over the graves and seems to be spreading in all directions. The small temple is made of many types of stone and brick and wood. The roof seems rotten, and the coloured glass from the windows has many missing panes. A very faint green glow comes from inside. You're not sure what might be inside, but it would be a better place to sleep than out in the open. I don't think so. You decide to investigate. Turn to 214. You walk towards the little temple and hear strange noises from within. The fog is thick but low, and while you can see ahead, you can no longer see your feet. Suddenly, something grips your ankle, and you hear a blood-curdling gurgle from beyond the grave. If you have a pentangle charm, we don't. Oh, bum. Turn to 79. We could be dead here, guys. Look at that. That's what we're dealing with. Blimey. You feel something else grab your other ankle. It is definitely a hand. Still, sight of your assailants remains obscured as you peer into the mist. Suddenly, from behind you, you hear another disgusting groan. You turn and see a zombie, a grotesque ghoul of rotting flesh raised from the dead. You draw your sword and prepare to fight off these grisly attackers one at a time. In brackets. Okay, zombie 1, he's only got a skill of 6, so I think we'll see him off. 6 and 6. Yeah. Oh, we're beating this guy all ends up. He's already down to strength of 3. Oh, he's just knackered. That is officially the crappiest zombie I've ever fought ever. He was rubbish. This one's only got a skill of 5. Here we go. Oh, actually, hang on. 10. So we've got to get 4. Yeah, we've totally knacked him. Kicked him in the nads. Oh, bloody hell, Mike. Stop doing that. That's 2 down there. Oh, yeah, we've easily beaten him. So he's down to 3. 7. 7 and 5 is 12, yeah. He's on his last legs, this zombie. We're going to kick him in the head now. Oh, bugger. 10. So that's 15. We've got to get 3. Yeah. Those zombies were rubbish zombies. They were crap zombies. Pathetic zombies like the pathetic sharks in Viz. If you defeat the zombies, turn to 58. Oh, what? No sooner have you destroyed the first 2 zombies, but there are 2 more heading your way. Once again, you prepare to fight. Oh, bloody hell. Right, this one's got a skill of 7. Here we go. 7 and 7 is 14. Yeah, we've done that. Oh, actually, hang on. Yeah, so he's down to there. 7 and 7 again is 14, and totally knacking him. He's got 1 bit of strength left. Let's get him. So that's 15. All we've got to get is 3 guys, and we've totally beaten that zombie. He could just piss off. Favorite zombie film? I still like Night of the Living Dead. You know, I mean, Dawn of the Dead is fab. I love Dawn of the Dead. And what was I going to say? I do quite, no, those 2, I think. Right. This is the last zombie. We'll get rid of this guy really easily. Yeah, he hasn't even got anywhere near us. 6 and 8 is what? 14. So we've got to get. Okay, we're totally knacking these zombies are rubbish. I don't even know why they bothered turning up, to be quite honest. Yeah, they're just absolutely rubbish. 7 and 7 is 14. We just need to get. Oh yeah, we've killed those zombies. I don't want any more zombies. I'm sorry. That's just enough. Right. Now then, what's going on here? You push at the door. It creaks as it opens. This is the temple. You can faintly see into the empty room. Pillars hold up the collapsing ceiling, and rotten furniture is piled in one corner. There are strange runes daubed on the walls, but in this light, you cannot make them out. That's my chicken Kiev from earlier. Straight ahead on the sacrificial altar sits a glowing orb, made of glass or crystal or some magical element. You can see a swirling vortex of stars within. As you step closer, you hear an eerie incantation reverberating around the room, bouncing off the stone walls. You stare at the beautiful orb, almost transfixed. Will you approach the orb, or will you walk around the wall until you reach the altar? Zombie 3, is that the one with the bit of glass going in the woman's eye? Oh, that's Zombie 2, isn't it? With the great music by Fabio Frizzi, or whatever his name is. Taste the Difference. It was Taste the Difference. Sainsbury's Taste the Difference. You can't go wrong with that. Sainsbury's Taste the Difference, soft centre Scotch eggs. I think it's a trap, this orb. I'm thinking we should walk around the wall until we reach the altar. The one after Zombie Flesh Eaters, yeah. Zombie Flesh Eaters has got some good scenes. I thought the scene with the zombie and the shark should have been better than it was somehow. But I love, with the music when they start rising from the grave, that bit's brilliant. It's kind of like disco, isn't it? Like disco zombies, sort of walking around like that. Return of the Living Dead. I haven't watched that for years, Return of the Living Dead. I like all the George Romero zombie movies. You know, even the three later ones are really underrated. I quite like 28 Days Later, but I don't like that new bloody 28 Years Later. That was shite. Burial Ground. Have you seen Zombie Lake? Have I seen Zombie Lake? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of some sort of non-Romero zombie movies that I like. Yeah. You know, one of the best zombie things I ever saw was I got this comic when I was a kid. I was in France on holiday with my family, and I got this comic, this zombie comic. It was set in the swamps, the bayou of, Mississippi or whatever. It was absolutely brilliant artwork. I'm trying to work, I'm moving house at the moment. I'm moving loads of stuff, and I'm trying to find it. It was such great artwork. Anyway, what we're doing? So we're going to walk around the wall till we reach the altar. Turn to 15. You stalk carefully round the edge of the room. Careful you may be, but you are suddenly aware of falling masonry. Dust and bits of plaster fall over your shoulder, and you spin round to see what looks like the two corpses of priests or holy men emerging from the walls. But these cadavers aren't dead, they're alive. Okay, the necromancer is clearly raising these priests from their graves. You draw your sword and prepare to fight them one at a time. Blimey, there's a lot of fighting going on. Oh, we're just totally knacking these guys. They're just not even trying. Right, 6 and 7. What's that? 13. Yeah, just sod off. It's just ridiculous. See, they're just not. I'm not even bothering to tell you what's happening because we're just kicking their heads all over the place. Right, I've already killed the first undead priest just like that. Second undead priest. All right, he's doing a bit better. So 9 and 7 is 16. We need to get 4. Well, we got 5, so we just did it. Okay. 7 and 7 is 14. We just need to get 2. Yeah, we're just kicking their heads in. We are kicking them in the goals. Oh, they're not even trying, these undead priests. They're rubbish. Oh, if you win, turn to 184. Right. Roll a die. Oh, I don't like this. I want to make decisions. It's an odd number. Turn to 143. 143. Right. Oh, a magical orb. I'll show you that. There it is. As you near the glowing sphere, you can see the image it contains. It is the face of the necromancer. This is clearly one of a pair of void orbs. These magical spheres allow their owner to see whatever is in proximity to the other, no matter how far away it is. You stare into the orb and see the necromancer. He appears to be in some vast chamber, and he does not look happy. The magical sphere crackles, and tiny shards of lightning reach for the stone floor. Will you pick up the orb and smash it on the floor, or swing your sword at the orb to try and break it? Well, I'm thinking, right, if it's lightning, right, if we hit it with the sword, we might electrocute ourselves, might we? The electricity might travel up the bloody sword, because metal's a conductor, innit? So maybe we should pick it up. If we pick it up, the lightning might go into our hands and kill us. What do you reckon? Yeah, exactly like that. He's appeared in the orb. We've seen him where he is. But what we've got to do is we've either got to pick up the orb and smash it, or swing our sword at the orb to try and break it. Fraser's dad's chair has been good so far. Sword, he reckons the sword. Damiano reckons smash it. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Kick it. I can't kick it, you bugger. What do I do? Well, Fraser's dad's chair got in there, so we're going to do it with the sword. We're going to do it. They're going to do the sword. Here we go. Your sword lands with a violent clang, but nothing happens. Roll a die. If you roll 1 or 2, deduct a strength point. Okay, here we go. Oh, bollocks. So we've got to deduct a strength point. We're back down to 4 strength. Right, turn to 167. You place your hands on the orb. But as soon as you do so, there is a horrific scream and pain jolts through your body. Roll a die. 5. If you roll 4 to 6, turn to 198. The pain is unbearable. Deduct a strength point. We can't go down too far in strength points. We're down to 3. You manage to bring the orb crashing to the ground. Roll a die again. 5. If you roll 4 to 6, turn to 38. The orb does not break, but bounces on the stone floor before rolling into a corner. Your arms ache. Deduct a strength point. Oh my God. We're in trouble here, guys. You can see the faint glow of the orb and hear that the incantation has changed. It appears the necromancer knows you're here, and he is not happy. You must try and break the orb as quickly as possible. You have no idea what he might be able to do using these magical spheres. You see the orb under a broken bench and reach in with your arm. You bring out the orb, and again the pain begins. You can see the furious face of the necromancer staring out at you from his magical mirror. If you're wearing a pentangle charm, we're not. Otherwise, you raise the orb above your head and bring it down on the floor again. Now, come on, guys. Come on. Here we go. We've got to roll a die. 6. If you roll 3 to 6, turn to 155. It better bloody break this time. Once again, the orb fails to smash. Deduct a strength point. We're down to 1 strength point. If we lose another strength point, we've had it. If you are still alive, roll a die. This is really getting on my tits. 6. If you roll 3 to 6, turn to 98. I think we're dead. The orb smashes into 1,000,000,000,000 tiny pieces. Its glow immediately disappears and the room becomes quickly silent. Add a strength point. Thank goodness for that. Okay. The silence is short-lived and you hear movement from behind. It seems that you are not out of danger and you turn to face some vile creature of the night. As you draw your blades, you can see that it is a living corpse. So we've got to do another battle with an undead. Right. We've only got 2 strength. So if it gets a hit on us, we're dead. Right. Well, we knacked him there. We kicked him in the face. 7 and 6 is 13. Yeah, we've done him again. We're kicking this guy all over the shop. Yeah, we're just kicking this guy all over the shop. He's got one more go. Oh, we totally killed him. Right, 24. Thanks, Spellsinger. Thanks, Chris. Right. You look around you, shattered glass and a doubly dead soldier. Despite your victory, you decide not to stay overnight in the temple. You step towards the door and head out. Turn to 296. How are we doing for time? Okay. John Matrix. Who's John Matrix? I don't know who that is. Okay. You stand in the doorway and look out into the mist as it seems to recede. Do you still have a pentangle charm? Well, no, I don't. I never had one in the first place. Right, let's go to 305. Oh, no. You survey the graveyard as the fog starts to clear. You may have destroyed the necromancer's eye into the old temple, but his magic is still at work, and you can see 2 figures rising from their graves. You prepare to fight once again. Here we go. Oh, no, he's got 12. 12 and 6 is 18. We've got to get 6. We've got 8. We've done it. Right. 6 and 8 is what? 14. Oh, yeah, we just got to get it. Oh, we're killing this guy. This undead soldier's rubbish. He's crap. 6 and 7, yeah. Oh, yeah, we totally wankered him. Now, the other one, he's got 7, strength of 7 and skill of 6 and strength. Oh, whatever. 7 and 10, 17. We've got to get 5. Yeah. 7 and 6 is 13. We've totally done him there. 8. What's 7 and 8? 15. We've got to get 3. Oh, he's a pussy. We've got him. Totally dead. He's only got 2 there. Right. We've defeated the undead soldiers. I don't want any more undead soldiers. I've had enough. Right. Okay. Commando. Oh, right. We fight for love. Okay. Listen to it sometimes before the gym. Wow. Okay. As you leave the old temple in the graveyard behind you, you decide that you'd rather be tired and alive than killed in your sleep. Okay. Evil stalks the land in so many different forms, and you never know where it may come from or when. As you walk through the darkness by the light of the crescent moon, you can see a figure sitting in a large rough chair some way up. It doesn't take you long to see that this figure isn't some reclining traveller having a rest. Oh no, but some unfortunate recipient of terminal bad luck. It looks like a merchant, a big man with a big beard and rich clothes. There is a single arrow through his chest, a rough black arrow with filthy fletching. Orcs, or worse. There is a sign hung around his neck, but you cannot make out the words in the moonlight. Will you search this man, or will you continue? I don't know about this. I don't know, because if he's been killed by orcs, surely they will have searched him. Search him? You reckon we should search him? Searchers, yeah. We're going back to the searchers, yeah. Okay. There's only 6 people. People have gone now. They're getting fed up with this. I must admit, I might wrap it up in a minute. Do you want to search him then? All right, we'll search him. I think this might be a trap, guys. Brilliant. You've got to make some kind of adventure out of it. Okay, let's search him. I bet it'll be a trap. It seems that this man was not robbed. Oh, right. It seems that this man was not robbed, as he has so many of his belongings still hidden about his person. You find an undead poultice. Right. Eight silver coins. That takes us back to 18. 1 gold coin. That's good. 5. And some food. Will you eat the food or will you press on? We do need some strength, but the food could be dodgy. Should we just press on or what? Do you think we need to, yeah. But you see, if we lose 2 strength because it's poison food, then we're in real trouble because then we're dead. Do we risk it? Eat it. All right, we want to eat it. Okay, let's eat the food. Right. Wow. Good choice, guys. The food tastes good. The meat is fresh and the bread isn't stale. You realize that this man can't have been here very long, as his meal hasn't even started to spoil. You feel bad for him. Not long dead, and already someone is robbing him of his last crust. You suppose he wouldn't mind, as your mission is to bring an end to this kind of evil. You can increase your strength back to its original level. Yeah, baby. I do have faith in you guys. You know, you're my Batman in this adventure. Turn to 70. As you walk on into the night, you start to feel like you might be lost. Turn to 47. You walk, and before too long, you reach a crossroads. There is no signpost, and it's hard to tell which way to go. Will you keep heading north, go west, or go east? North, west, or east? Yeah, it's Fighting Fantasy, yeah. It's like a new game book, and we're blind testing it. Look at that. West, east. Okay. Okay, so come on, guys. We've got to have a deciding vote. West, east. Damiano's going for west. Icelandic Psycho Steve's going for east. What are we going to do? I don't know. Oh, you can't give me a third option. Oh, you're confusing me. Okay, so deciding call now. Is Jamie still there? Jamie just wants to go home, I think. Phoenix, have you got what do you reckon? West, north, or east? Go west. Da, 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 da. That's right. It's a crossroad. East. Right, we're going east. Right. Okay, here we go. East, 292. Yeah, Jamie would go back and have a cup of tea. He's getting fed up, I think. It's a long walk, but before you know it, you're standing at another crossroads. It looks vaguely familiar, but then it's an unremarkable crossroads, intersecting a collection of unremarkable fields in an unremarkable part of Alrathia. We're in a maze, aren't we? Oh, I hate mazes. You suspect, right, now let's start then. So let's do a little map. So what did we do? We went east, didn't we? Right. You suspect that you'll have to have your internal compass on high alert, as a wrong turn could lead you miles out of your way. Do you want to go north, south, east, or west? Well, we don't want to go west, do we? Because we've just come from there. So do we go north, south, or east? North, south, or east? North. We're going to go north because that's where the Icelandic Psycho is going to take us. Right, so north. Hang on. I've had a brilliant idea here, actually. Hang on a second. And this is 292. Right, north. So north is 50. Right, okay. You come over the brow of a hill and see that the landscape starts to change over towards the west. Maybe this is the way to go, ... Now, we don't want to go south because we've been there. So do you want to keep going north? Do you want to go east or do you want to go west? We're after 4 gems and we've got one of them. And we also got to kill the Necromancer. Yeah, I wish we didn't have to wander about. I hate mazes. I hate them. They get on your tits. So what should we do? We can't go south. Do you want to go north, east, or west? East. Okay, we're going to go east. All right. So that's 256. I'm making a little note here. You arrive at a turnpike and read the large sign, Bronny Ore Range, 4 miles, Forest of Hallareel, 14 miles. As you pass the sign, you turn and see the words written on its obverse, beware, poor road signage ahead. You laugh bitterly and think, you can say that again. Finally, you seem to be on the right road again. Turn to 390. I think we did it. I think we did it, guys. We got through the maze. That was quick. Off in the distance, you can see the forest of Hallareel as it climbs over the hillside and up into the foothills of the mountains beyond. Standing before you, however, is a craggy outcrop. I like craggy outcrops. Like a vicious wall between you and your destination. This must be the Bronny Ore Range, and within it, the caverns of Carnes. You approach a small wooden hut, not far from a rough-hewn tunnel that heads into the rock. Darkness torch your shortcut, sir, says a voice. You look to the hut and see a short, bearded man leaning against a pole. You ask him to explain, and he looks peeved at having to spend his precious time explaining the basics of tunnel travel to feckless fools like you. Darkness for donations, any, he says, as if reading a list of instructions. Torch is a talent. That's 5 silver to you and me, like. Or the gold standard is a shortcut, and that's a doublet of gold. 2 gold coins, like. Caverns is dark on dark, see? You ask if the forest of Hallareel lies on the other side. He nods like it's the most obvious thing in the world. You ask if the tunnel comes out near the entrance to the forest. He nods again impatiently. Will you pay 2 gold coins for the shortcut? Now, the thing is here, right? The old lady told us to take the shortcut. Do you remember? So we're going to pay the 2 gold coins. We can afford it. So 49. You hand 2 gold coins to the short man, and he pockets it without much ceremony. He wanders off behind the hut, and you hear him call, "Come on, then." You follow him. On the other side of his hut, hidden by low trees, is a pretty garden. Flowers bloom from beds, and an ornamental pond sits at the center of the shaded space. I can see you're uninitiated, so I'll give you the rundown, but I ain't holding your hand. It is your turn to nod. He points to the edge of the pond. Hold your nose and drop right down into the pool. Comes up far side of the range. You'll be wet, but you'll be there. Saves a day. Will you jump into the pond, or will you demand your money back, or will you choose another option? I'm going to jump in the pond. I trust this guy. You know, just trust him. You hold your nose and step off the edge of the pond, plunging into the water. You feel your body descend, that familiar sensation of falling. You expect your feet to hit the bottom, but the pond seems deeper than it looked. Before you can wander any further, you realize that you are no longer falling, but being propelled upwards. You are shooting back out of the water. You wonder if you got something wrong, but as you are ejected from the pond, you can already see that you are no longer in the man's garden. You are outside another small wooden shack where another short man approaches you. Oi, oi, he says, coin for a towel? You ask the man where you are. He informs you that you are, as his brother will have told you, on the other side of the Bronny Ore Range. We did the right thing there, guys. I'm quite pleased with that. You have emerged from the caverns of Carnes near the entrance to the forest of Halariel. As you look, you can see the vast forest stretching for as far as the eye can see in every direction, covering the land like a dark blanket. You politely decline the offer of a towel and march off down the road, drying slowly in the morning sunlight. Turn to 328. It reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Do you remember that you've got to have a towel? Right. You head towards the forest of Halariel, which seems to be advancing towards you like a lava flow. Behind you, the Bronny Ore Range recedes like some sea beast, descending slowly back beneath the waves. It's getting all very literary, isn't it? After a good day's walk, you approach the entrance to the forest. Turn to 97. I'm getting a bit tired here, guys. I might break off at 9 o'clock if that's all right. I think I've given you a good flavour of this book, though. It's all right. I don't feel there's much exciting incident, really. I don't know about you. Okay, we'll read a bit more. At first sight, the forest of Halariel sits like a slow black sea descending the low hill of East Alrathia. As you get closer, its dark pines rise and spread around you. While you are no stranger to trees, the forest of Halariel is home to the tallest trees in the world, the Aik Ickle fir. These are a world apart from the oaks and willows and sycamores of your youth, or the birch and plane of your journey so far. They are so tall, in fact, that you cannot even see the turrets of the Necromancer's tower beyond. By the time you reach the entrance to the forest, a wall of trees is blocking out the afternoon sun, as it were a defensive wall holding at bay some cyclopean threat. Or maybe the forest serves to hold evil captive. You only wish this natural defense could achieve such a feat. Without pomp or ceremony, the road enters the forest, and so too do you. After only a few yards, there is a turning. Do you head straight on through the center of the forest, or take the old perimeter road? Now, this is tricky, isn't it? Because we've been given two different pieces of advice. One person told us to go straight on, and one person told us to take the perimeter road. I think the lady said to go straight on, and the old metal rocker told us to take the perimeter road. Oh, thank you. Dulcet tones. Thank you very much. Take the main road. I think we should take the main road. Right, here we go. You head straight as an arrow, up and into the depths of the forest. For some large portion of a mile, you walk without incident. Certainly there are no sounds of wildlife, no singing birds, no furtive rodents, no browsing deer. What happens next appeals not to your five senses, but something beyond. Some eerie sense of presence. The light, such as it is, feels strange. Perspective skews and time appears to move differently around you. Do you draw your sword in readiness, or stand very still to see what it is? The band bloke, he said to take the perimeter road, but the old lady said to go straight through the forest. So I don't know really, but we've gone straight on now. So do we draw our sword in readiness, or do we stand very still? I'm tempted to stand still for some reason. Yes, you're tripping in a forest. Yes, don't agitate. Very wise advice, phrases Dad's chair. Very wise advice. Let's stand still. I think we should stand still. I think it might be some creature that senses by movement or something. Let's have a look. Like the predator, you know. Oh, no, that was heat, wasn't it? You were seeking heat. You stand motionless, drinking in what you can through your eyes, ears, and nose. There is definitely something there. Before you have time to react, something pulls at your knapsack, removing it completely from your shoulder with a snip of the leather strap. You spin round to see a figure shimmering in the light. It is almost twice your height, with long, thin limbs and some long robe made of light itself. It is holding your knapsack. This entity is a ghost hunter, a strange and elusive being that hides in darkness and preys on travelers, feeding on the soul energy of sentimental items. While they do not usually attack humans, they will respond in kind when attacked. Before you can even decide whether you might want to attack this enigmatic thief, your knapsack disappears into nothingness, and the forest all around you is still again. You may not have been harmed, but you've lost all of your equipment. Oh, Burma. We've even lost the love potion. Oh, this is dreadful. Oh, dear, oh dear. Oh, 169. So depressing. Right. There's a little person we're going to meet now. There we are. Bugger. Bugger. That reminds me of the Fast Show, you know. Oh, bugger. You feel somewhat vulnerable without your equipment, but you still have your swords and your wits. The trees thin a little and the path widens. Sitting off to the side, you see a green elf on a recently felled tree. At his feet is a pile of books and scrolls. Next to him sits some obscure scientific equipment. Initially, he seems startled, but then grins. "Greetings," he says, and beckons in his high, reedy voice. "Let me guess your purpose. I'd wager you're on some great mission of heroism. Am I right?" You nod vaguely. "Play your cards close to your chest," he says. "Wise, very wise. There are indeed some strange creatures abroad, I grant you. I shall ask no more, though I'll offer you my services as they may be of use to you." You nod for him to continue, keen not to give too much away. "So," he says, "I can offer you a number of effective elixirs, some chthonic spells, perhaps, or books of unknowable antiquity. You don't look like the book sort, though, am I right?" You tell him that you have just been robbed and have nothing but your swords, and you'll be needing those. "Ah, worries not," says the green elf. "Gift me at least the time for a round of runes." Green elf. Someone told us about green elves, didn't they? I think the heavy metal guy said the green elf, the necromancer is using green elves to get information. So will we play runes with the green elf, or will you politely decline and tell him you must press on? It does sound a bit weird. We can't biff him. We can either play runes with him or decline and tell him he'll press on. Press on? Do you reckon we should press on? Yeah, it was Metal Hammer is the name of the... it wasn't heavy metal in this book, but these guys did Metal Hammer magazine. Well, I don't know. What should we do? I think we should press on. Should we press on? Let's press on. I don't like this guy. He's a git. The green elf flies into a rage and demands you play. Will you play, draw your sword and fight him, or attempt to escape? Do you reckon play? Do you reckon? I'm thinking we should fight him as well, actually, because he might be working for the Necromancer. Let's see what else someone else says. This might be our last thing, actually, because I'm getting a bit tired here. We've done quite well. We've got quite a long way through the book. Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you. Does anyone want to sort of chip in here? We'll fight him. Let's fight him. He's a git, isn't he? Let's fight him. You point your long blade at the green elf and hold your smaller blade in waiting. Right, he's only got skill of 8. We should be all right. Here we go. 8. 8 and 8 is 16. We need 4. Totally wazzed on him. Right. Let's just do that. 7, 8 and 7 is 15. All we need is 3, guys. Oh, we're totally wazzing on this guy. Oh, this guy's he's just dead. He's down to 3 already. 6, 8 and 6 is 14. All we need is 2. We just need 2. Yeah. We are killing this guy. We're going to kick him in the nads. This is it. We're going for the death blow. 6. All we've got to get is 2. Yeah. He is dead as dead. Right. Turn to 153. The green elf lies in a broken heap, his precious runes scattered around him. Do you want to search his belongings or head onwards into the woods? We're going to search. I'm sorry. You poke through the green elf's belongings. Despite his offers of spells and books, there is nothing much here. We were right not to trust him. Then you spy a small plain box under a cloth cap. Upon opening it, you see one of the stones of Valcraven. Yes, this is the godless green gemstone. We've done it. Oh, my God. Mind you, we lost the topaz now, haven't we? You are one step closer to completing your quest. With a smile on your face, you press on into the forest. Turn to page 76. Well, look, guys, that's 2 hours. I might leave it there. We did quite well, though, in the end, didn't we? I reckon we'll get that stuff back on that knapsack. I reckon we'll get it back. We ended up with all our strength, 18. We had a skill of 12. We had the godless green, and we already found the topaz. We're not doing too bad. So I just want to say thanks very much for joining me on this quest. Thanks for making me make the choices. The Patreon is coming very soon. I'm sort of selling my house at the moment, and I want to see how that goes. And depending on how it goes, I'll start it up maybe in June. But I'm looking forward to that. There'll be a live stream every Monday night, and you'll get to choose the video I make for the next week. So it'll be more interactive. Jamie, you're obsessed with the Northern Line. Thanks, Phoenix. Thanks for tuning in. So yes, and thanks for this. I enjoyed that. It was a bit. I enjoyed that one a bit more than the previous one, Valiant, just because it was fantasy stuff. You know, it's orcs and trolls and goblins. I don't think there was that much interesting incident, but at least you could get quite far. I like the artwork very much. I think the artwork's very good. Thanks, Fraser's Dad Chair. Thanks for joining in. Thanks, Damiano. Thanks, Icelandic Psycho. Hope you have better adventures next time. See you guys.